Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the FPL Affairs podcast, the podcast that strips back and lays bare our season-long love affair with FPL. In our latest team selection video, everyone should have noticed that your free transfers total was up at maximum 5 after the game week 15 deadline due to the additional ones we were given because of the imminent start of the African Cup of Nations. Anyway, how may this influence our transfer decisions this week? He's on a great run, but where's the weak link in Dove's team? I have players flagged, and we analyse whether they should be the priority to take out or influenced by the sheer volume of price changes this week. Anyway, before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for all of our content, and ring that bell to be notified each time we release something new. Anyway, I'm small talking too much. Let's get cracking.
And there's Mo Salah. There goes Haaland. He's on his way again. He's hungry. He scored. Ice cold precision from Palmer. Oh, Saka! That is a diamond of a goal.
Greetings everybody to our game week 16 team selection 5 transfers AFCON free special with me, Matt, aka the FPL Affairs Magpie, and alongside me is the FPL Affairs Lion Lewis and the FPL Affairs Dove Mohammed. How are you both, gentlemen?
I'm flying.
He's literally flying.
Yeah, I'm fluttering. My magpie's fluttering rather than flying or soaring.
And yeah, I'm good. I'm looking forward to discussing my 5 potential transfers with you guys so you know where to avoid for the future.
Well,
So
I was weighing up earlier who I think's with these free transfers,
yeah,
free transfer top ups, what the likelihood is of, or how the sort of template team is going to change and
look,
shape up.
yeah,
And I was kind of debating when in the show to share that, whether to be that as a prediction before we share, because I've got slides with transfers I've made, of which some are on there, some I've actually made since. Oh,
special
No,
guest appearance.
and I say ooh because we've got, by the looks of it, possibly on
A
mute,
Weasel.
special guest. Yay!
Hi guys.
Weasel's here.
It's always here, everyone.
Weasel's
I was
here.
trying to memorize your transfers because your slides of your team now and your team following the 5 changes.
We were looking
Um,
at your team earlier, Paul.
Okay.
Bit of a jammy week, wasn't it, mate? Senesi off the bench, Sanchez clean sheet. Oh,
Bruno Fernandes.
all the bench jam in the world.
Well, everyone had bench jam.
No, I'm only joking, mate. Nice. That was a nice
well,
week for you.
if you,
Very nice.
I'm not really counting Dubravka coming off the bench for an injured Nick Pope as bench jam, to be honest.
Yeah, but that was
Who
an
expected
expected.
that though? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to think what order I've got the teams in now. We'll just wait and see and talk through whence they pop up, I guess.
Good timing.
Yeah. I almost did it again by forgetting to press record. So that minutes discussion of there being Matty Cash being on the thumbnail for his price rise and Declan Rice being a popular person transferred in. So yeah, those were the two choices rather than having Phil Foden all over, like
Yeah.
everywhere seems to be.
So basically, this episode is going to be us talking about potential transfers in with the 5 that we've got. And I just want to make a quick point. So Matt said a little while ago that he's expecting a template to form, which we absolutely will be. However, people that still have bench boost, like a few of us here, there's not many of us, but that will alter the template a little bit because I think, as I said on the first pod, that anyone without bench boost is going to be dead spotting one of the attackers, whereas we're not in a position to do that with bench boost because unless you're expecting Mark Guiu to play, which I'm not. But yeah, they'll be 80% template, I think, and then maybe 20% difference.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
I've sort of got in my mind there's going to be a highly likely template front. Um,
Front two and
yeah,
three.
I think it's likely to be the template formation will be a 3-5-2 with I don't think I actually need to name who the front two will be. And then if you've used your bench boost, then it will be Guiu as your dead spot eighth attacker on the
Yeah.
bench.
Like I'm not going Foden, and I know almost everyone's going Foden, but I'm not going to bother.
Mm,
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I think the boat has sailed, so yeah.
yes, in a way, yeah, but also Pep. I didn't know he'd said this, but he said something along the lines of, "If Foden is in form, you're best." Like he basically said that you need to just keep playing him because he doesn't want him to lose that rhythm. So, from one aspect of the rotation, like that would be one thing that puts me off getting Foden. That's apparently not going to be an issue, so I would be more inclined to get him. But I still think that he's not going to score 2 goals every week, and he might still get rotated a little bit. So that's what I'm hoping, and that's why I'm not getting on the Foden hype train just yet.
mm,
But we'll get into that when we look at teams.
yeah. So and I will super chat. I don't think we'll because of the transfer palaver and a lot to talk about. I'm just going to literally skim read the game week 16 fixtures.
Okay.
So on Saturday we've got Chelsea at home to Everton, 3 o'clock. Liverpool at home to Brighton, 3 o'clock. Burnley at home to Fulham's the 5:30 p.m. kickoff with Arsenal and Wolves rounding
Yeah.
Saturday off at 8 p.m. And Sunday, 4 2 o'clock kickoffs of Crystal Palace, Man City, Forest Spurs, the Tyne and Wear derby, the first in over a decade, Sunderland Newcastle, and West Ham Aston Villa at the final 2 o'clock kickoff, Brentford Leeds at 4:30, and Manchester United find themselves as the Monday night game once
Yeah.
again
Mm.
um, at 8 p.m. So at
I've
least
got
I'm
PTSD. I've got PTSD from Bruno Fernandes Monday night, so I don't
So,
mm,
think I will.
so that's mean it's another 4 a.m. game here in Malaysia.
Exactly, yeah. It's good memories for Mohammed, but bad memories for me.
Uh,
So I'll just buy Bruno, and then that way I can't have any more
uh,
nightmares.
let's watch it together, Lewis.
Yeah, yeah. We could do a live watch along.
Yeah, watch
mm.
along.
So Lewis, you're up first to talk through. I think this is your pre. This one
Yeah,
I've used FPL
yeah,
team to
yeah.
just put in your user ID and get the default. So this is with
Yeah, no, that is my exact current team, and I haven't done any transfers yet. Um, so yeah, my plan at the moment is to use three, possibly four. Um, but the fact that O'Reilly played again, I was hoping that O'Reilly was benched for City tonight because then I feel like he would have started Palace. The fact he played 90 at Madrid again tonight, I now strongly feel that for Palace it might well be Aït-Nouri or it might be Ake or something like that. Um, but right, so before tonight, I was going to do Mukiele to an Arsenal defender. So I'm going to double up on the Arsenal defence. Probably Timber. So I was going to bring in Timber, go Arsenal double defence. I was going to do Elliot Anderson of Forest to Bruno Fernandes of Man United, and then Mateta, who I think a lot of people are looking to sell now. I'm not sure. Like I might keep him for Man City at home if I'm selling O'Reilly because he could well score against Man City at home. Um,
Yeah, most of the
but
defense has been awful actually.
what's that?
Manchester City defense has been
Yeah, not
very
great.
not good,
Yeah,
not
they
great.
were lucky. They were lucky even against Sunderland to not concede really. So I'm considering holding Mateta maybe one more week. But the replacement I was looking at for Mateta is any guesses?
for you.
Um,
Um,
you
well, you in the last video, um, You mentioned Raul
Raul
Jimenez,
Jimenez.
but you also said you didn't get the hype, so I don't think it'll be Raul
Oh,
Jimenez. As
Yeah,
you've got
exactly.
bench boost left, I don't
Exactly.
think it will be Mark Guiu.
Exactly.
You've got
DCL.
Thiago, so
Weasel's got it.
crazy. All those
DCL,
the
mate.
extra. This
Yeah,
year, oh my
yeah.
God.
I think Leeds Leeds are a problem. We've seen in these last few weeks, attacking wise, they are a problem. And he's definitely on penalties now. I think he might find some of his old form back, do you guys remember that Calvert-Lewin of
Yeah,
20,
I I got
2020?
him.
yeah.
He's been returning every game that season.
Yeah, man, like he was, they were talking about him playing for England instead of Kane at one point. Like that's how good he was. He's had a lot of injuries. He's had some bad form, but I think he's now got a team and a manager where he's found his confidence again. And yeah, I might take a small punt on him outscoring Raul Jimenez for the next
I mean,
4 to 5
I
weeks.
mean, it's quite crazy if you see DCL. In the last 3 game week, he scored against City, he scored against Chelsea, he scored against Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
which is mad. You would have
three
never,
teams.
yeah, you would have never guessed this, would you? Like before. And that's,
Definitely.
yeah, it's more just a case of like, I think he'll get the minutes now. I wasn't sure about the minutes
Yeah,
before, but yeah, I think they've made him their main guy. And I think they're going to keep. He played 90 minutes on Saturday. He's had a week's rest. There's no Europe. Brentford defense isn't great, and um, the reason is if I bench boost this week with Dubravka and probably Estev either in the team or on the bench, obviously I'm not going to want him in as anyway. So I'd rather take a gamble on Calvert-Lewin and hope that Brentford and Leeds both score in that game. Do you
So
think both teams
I'll,
score? Do you think both teams score in Brentford Leeds?
yeah, I think both teams
mm,
can score. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So
And
yeah.
so
And just
you're
finally, the last one before you move on, I might do Marlon to Szoboszlai because that looks like an
yeah,
obvious
we
transfer.
need to solve. I want to say about Madden because his minutes are very risky.
Yeah. It's a shame though, because the thing is, when he plays up front for 5 million, he gets chances. Like he could be a very good pick if in the games that he starts, but like Mohammed says, it's a risk to have him. What I will check tomorrow is if Marlon starts for Aston Villa in Europe again, then I will likely sell him. But if he's on the bench tomorrow and Watkins plays, there seems to be a pattern where Watkins plays. He likes to use Watkins in the hard games. So when they play like your Liverpool's, Arsenal's, Watkins has been playing. But then actually, when they've had easier games in the Premier League, he's been starting with Marlon as the nine. So if Marlon doesn't start as the nine tomorrow night, he might start up front against West Ham. In which case, I will keep him for one more week. But yeah, the Szoboszlai, Timber, Bruno Fernandes, and probably Calvert-Lewin are like the main guys I'm looking to get in with my transfers. So
yeah, and that's for who would that be? For Mateta, Anderson, and
Anderson, yeah, probably Mukiele or maybe O'Reilly if I think he's going to be benched against Palace, and then Marlon as well. So yeah, but I think those ones that I'm bringing in, certainly Szoboszlai, Fernandes, and an Arsenal defender might be similar to a lot of people.
no.
Or the other option is you go for Gyökeres now that he's back in the team, or you go for Rice in midfield and then get instead of another Arsenal defender, I can get a different defender. But I don't. I love Rice, and I've had him for most of the season, but I think I might go a few games without Rice, and then get him back in the new year. But I haven't decided yet.
We'll see. And that's you've got 4.0 million in the bank. Is that right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I got. So yeah. Right.
cool.
That's any comments on um Lewis's planned changes?
It's
Weasel,
all good. I mean,
Looks like it's going to think sussed. Good luck.
Mohammed.
I was worried about Marlon, but Lewis has rectified it, so all good.
Cool.
Yeah, switched on and planned. Right, who is up next? I have a suspicion it's Dove's turn to soar. Correct.
Oh,
So um, this is here your current team, I believe. So with zero changes. So what? Do you want to read this one out? And when you've read it out, I'll skip on to the image that you sent that's got five changes made.
yeah,
I'll
how
just
about
say
we
the
just go?
midfield is very strong. Defense looks
Yeah,
like it needs some transfers.
yeah, definitely. The defense is the most. I know actually the midfield also have a big transfer because of the Mbomo there, but
Yeah,
it's a
is
lot of
Embuemo, is he playing one more
yeah.
game or not?
Oh
I've heard
yeah,
one more.
Yeah, he is.
yes. I think he will play one more games, but my
Okay.
transfer target is a very good one and potentially my captain for this game. So maybe I will sell Mbomo earlier. Do you think who do I bring him? Who do I bring for
Saka.
Mbomo?
I
Yeah,
would say
definitely.
actually people will be a conspiracy theorist saying, well, since I put the slide together, I know because he's on the image. So what would be the point in me guessing? Um,
Yeah. Yeah, Saka. But I mean, obviously, the fact that Embuemo is playing another game, you could easily hold him if you wanted to sell someone else for Saka. But that depends, like Doku. I mean, yeah, you're going to bench Doku anyway, probably, or sell him, or you're going to keep Enzo, Mohammed.
Yeah, I will sell for now. I will sell Doku, and so I
Okay.
will keep it for now.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a good fixture, although he played defensively, but still, I can play him every week.
Yeah. Are you worried about Palmer being back in the team and Enzo losing
Yeah,
penalties and things, or not really?
yeah, of course, that's what it means. I mean, the penalty will definitely go to Palmer, and Enzo attacking return will be slightly damaged
Mm.
because of it. But oh, yeah,
He
maybe I
still
will
he
be
still
looking.
plays every minute of every game. Like
Yeah,
he's
that's the big point. He still play
mm,
every minute, and yeah, we'll be hopeful that he gets some returns.
yeah.
right. So you've got currently Raya in goal, Dubravka on the bench, Munoz, Virgil, Anderson starting with Gehi and Hartman on the bench. Midfield four of Mbermo, Fernandez, Szoboszlai and Enzo, with Doku on the bench and Mateta, Thiago and Haaland captain
Yeah,
up front.
I will not be. Yeah, I will not be having any dead spot because I still have my bench boost. So I need to
Yeah.
make sure that all of my players are playing one.
Right. I will skip it to your team, which you sent, which has five transfers on it.
Have you done five, Mohammed? Or you're going to do?
I haven't done any transfer yet. It is just my
Okay.
plan. But
Plan.
now
Okay.
the plan has changed because Munoz has
Munoz.
to undergo a surgery. I mean,
Mm.
before this, my plan was to sell Raya for Kelleher and then Van Dijk to Hincapi. Do you think Hincapi will play this a few game weeks, Luis?
Yeah, I would have liked to see him benched tonight, but he played tonight. So
But
I'd
I
be
mean, there's no
Ti-
option in
Tim
there, isn't it?
Timber's going to be the safer pick for Arsenal defence, but he
Maybe
should
for
he should
6.5. That's
that's
quite
the yeah
expensive.
yeah. Hincapié is,
Right.
is a clever move because he's much cheaper and he should play
Yeah.
every game. Mosquera's injured, Gabriel's injured, Saliba we don't know, but I would just be a little bit worried now because Norgard. I don't know if you know this. So Norgard played
Yeah,
central
no doubt
defence
play in the second back. Yes, I watched the
and they
lineup.
and they
For
got a clean
Arsenal.
sheet. So will that happen against Wolves? I don't know, but it's not impossible now. So all of a sudden there is a bit more risk with Hincapié.
But he can play very well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's playing well. He's playing good. It just Arteta, you can't really trust him for um who he's going to play each
Yeah.
week. But yeah, your decision.
I mean, as Paul said, most of the team will be template, but you know me, I will have some differential, and Hincapié is my differential punt in there. And yeah, since
Mm,
I sold Raya and Van Dijk for Kelleher and Hincapié, I got the money to find Mbomo to Saka, who will be my captain this game week, and then Doku to Declan Rice. So that's mean triple Arsenal for the first time, I guess, for this season. And
yeah,
because of that transfer, I am short of 0.1 million. So I sold Hartman for 4 million Hartman to 3.9 million STV to get that zero point 0.1 fund. But now, since Munoz has to undergo surgery, which means I changed my transfer. I will not sell Van Dijk, but instead I will sell Munoz for Hincapié, which means I doesn't need to sell Hartman since I got the 0.1 extra 0.1 million from Munoz. So that means I will use 4 free transfer and I keep 1.
Are you keeping Van
So
Dijk
that's
then?
me. Yeah, keeping Van Dijk.
So
Okay.
compared to that's on the image, it's effectively Van Dijk where Munoz is,
Yes.
Hartman where Esteve is,
Yeah.
and that's it. And the
Very
rest
good.
is
Finish.
so yeah, solid midfield.
Good team, mate. Very good team.
Any other
We've got
thoughts on
another good
Mohamed before we
player.
move on?
I'll just quickly ask him, as a Liverpool fan, Mohammed, are you tempted by either Isak or Ekatike?
Just about the minutes. We doesn't know if they're gonna play every game. But with
Yes,
Gakpo injury, Salah out, I
exactly.
think maybe for the next 1 or 2 games, both of them will play. But
Yeah,
obviously, if you want to go, I will recommend Ekiteke more. I think he has more minute security instead of Isak.
yeah,
But if you want to have a fun, why not?
yeah. That's what I
Because
was thinking
obviously,
with the
yeah, because
Gakpo
obviously,
injury. Mm.
yeah. Yeah, I think because obviously you see Liverpool have been playing a little bit slightly better, so I will be hoping
And
for
he
the
and against Inter Milan, he played Ekatike and Isak together, didn't he?
yes,
Yeah. So
and as
if you
well.
if you wanted to take if like say you had a really bad rank at the moment, and with these transfers, if you wanted to take a bit of a risk, you could go for like Isak or Ekatike instead
Yeah,
of or as well as Thiago or something like that. If you think because Liverpool now they're going to line up with Szoboszlai almost every game. It's going to be Wirtz, Szoboszlai, Ekatike, and Isak. That's going to be the front three, isn't it? Because
yeah, and
maybe
they have a
maybe
very good
Jones,
picture.
and they have good fixtures. So yeah, I just wondered whether any Liverpool fans would be tempted by Isak or something. But
And I think the most biggest talking point is almost like is on penalty, but it's
yeah,
already sub out at that time, so we haven't know if Soboslai will take penalty if he's on the pitch. But I will be hopeful since he scored that goal that he
yeah,
will continue on penalty duty.
Mm,
exactly.
it'll be
Matt,
interesting to see.
would you get Isak?
Isaac, no.
Is that
Um,
because you hate him because he left Newcastle, or would
no, just because of the form he's playing on. He's not.
I mean, to be honest, I
He's
wouldn't
not
bring Isak
worth.
because very expensive. 10.4 million.
yeah, Ekatike would be the one
So,
I would get if I was going
Yeah,
to gamble on one of those. I would
yeah.
gamble
I
on
asked.
yeah,
Ekatike.
I asked Dave the other day about that. The what he thought the Ekatike minutes would be like because um as I said in the last video, I'm strongly considering bench boosting in game week 18, and that game week Liverpool have got Wolves. So I was kind of thinking, right, well, if Ekatike is likely to be playing for that one, that's you the way he's playing in
Yeah,
comparison to Isak, you'd be nailed for him to get a decent return in that fixture. Um, but
Paul, any thoughts on Isak or Ekatike?
Personally, stay clear. There's too much rotation risk. Let me see
Yeah,
if you settle now and go on there.
you're not looking to get either of them in with your transfers then.
No, I'm going template and boring.
to be honest, Lewis, I quite disappointed of how Slot treat Ekitike. Every time he play, he is very explosive. You see him
Mm,
absolutely actively involved in that. That he is a very good player, and when he plays, you just know he will get a return.
yeah,
So I think Ekitike is a good pick to have if you have the fun, of course.
he looks better than Isak, doesn't he? Like if we're being honest, at the
One
moment
hundred percent, yes. He
he
look
looks
much
better. Yeah,
better.
yeah,
right, we'll move on. And Weasel have actually got yours has actually popped up as next. So this is your, I would say, existing one. So the one of pre five free transfers. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I see it's not assisted anymore because I've done my 5 free transfers already.
Well, I've got that image on the next slide. So do you want to talk through this one and then that, or just go straight onto the 5 changes?
Yeah, everyone might think I'm mad because obviously the last 3 game weeks I've gone from 4.4 million to 2.7 million with this team. But I just felt on Saturday I had to do the 5 free transfers to get the price rises.
Okay, so you've moved early and done them all, yeah?
Yeah, to be able to afford who I wanted. But yeah, I've
Wow.
disappointed myself really. I've gone very template, which is very unlike me.
Bring up the new team, Matt, and then he can talk us through who he's brought in.
I tried to, when I was tweaking the slide, I tried to write whichever players were in the
So
same place, so it'd be easier
let's
to.
let's quickly. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my 5 free transfers, I've gone for Raya and goal. Obviously, I need to have a bit of the Arsenal defence. Obviously,
Yeah.
with all the injuries and rotations at the moment, Raya's the only one you can guarantee to start at the back. But yeah, obviously Sanchez has done fantastic for me. He's been a great differential.
Yeah.
And I'd recommend anyone. I've had him since game one and week one. So if anyone did want him, he's a good alternative to Raya. And I was going to say for being Daniel's team, Mohammed's team, that his keeper Callow's a brilliant option. They've got the best fixtures coming up. If
Have
someone wants a
Brentford
cheap
kept a
keeper,
clean sheet this season?
one I think.
I don't remember them getting any clean sheets, but I mean, obviously they will do soon. But
Uh, So at the moment, I've gone for a back three. I've got Guardiola in for Senesi. Obviously, Bournemouth aren't really keeping clean sheets. He's just getting defcons at the moment. So and Man City seems to be back. So wants a bit of their defence, and I think Guardiola's the only nailed-on defender for City. No, he'll either play left as centre back or he'll be left back if needed. So I currently have got Manoz. Obviously, we found out tonight he's injured for a few weeks. He's got to have an operation. So I'll be playing Virgil instead and hope that Liverpool finally sort themselves out. And that is, he's getting defcons. Now I went early for Virgil in week 10, so I need to just keep faith in him. As I said, I'll be transferring him out in future for Gabriel. I've got this set money for him as soon as he's fit and ready to play again.
yeah,
My last transfer in defence was I went from Richards to Anderson, basically because of Fulham's fixtures.
yeah.
And that then next 2 weeks they've got Burnley, Nottingham Forest, West Ham, the next 3. So I thought it's a good 3 week pump. He always gets defcons, and I'm hoping to keep a couple of clean sheets.
So far, that's Raya, Gvardiol, and Anderson in.
Yep.
Yeah. And
in
what were the
midfield,
others?
I did the templates, Semenyo to Foden. And I'm not really a big Man City fan when it comes to FPL. No, I don't like their rotation. But I think Foden's made himself undroppable. But I've remembered in the past he's got a brace and he's been dropped the next game by Pep. So you never know.
Yeah. He did get an early sub tonight though, so it's definitely him and Haaland both came off early for City, so that was a good sign that they're both going to start against Palace.
Uh, Obviously, I got Bruno last week, so my -4 paid off massively last week. I don't know if you mentioned that in the last video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Anson's just already had some safe DEFCON points, and hopefully he'll start getting a few set pieces. Saka I had already home to Wolves, and I was glad he was benched today. So I was worried he might be benched for the weekend, but I think he's pretty much guaranteed to start now. And I might have to seriously think about captaining him. And that
Paul,
take a gamble.
were you going to start Manoz against Man City if he wasn't injured? Were you going to start him?
Yeah, I was going to because Virgil's just done my head in.
Right. Okay. So
No, they just
even though you
conceded
had
goals.
even though you have Haaland and captain and stuff, you just think that they both might score or something.
So what was that?
Do you think Manoz will probably, because obviously Man City are probably going to score in that game? Were you going to start Manoz for his attacking threat? I take it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. He's the
Yeah.
highest scoring goal defender in here this year.
Yeah.
He's had the most
Yeah.
goal
Yeah.
involvements along with Gui. So hence
Yeah.
Virgil's done
Is it?
nothing.
Yeah. It's interesting that you would bench Van Dijk, but that's just a sign of where Liverpool are at the moment, isn't it?
No.
And
Obviously, I'm playing him now. I've got no choice.
yeah, but you would have played Manoz. Yeah.
Yeah, but every time I bench Virgil, he always gets a clean sheet. He's done it in every single fantasy game I play.
Hmm.
So hopefully we get one now.
Start with Joe.
Yeah, I am now. I've been starting him instead of Minas.
You don't deserve his when he gets a clean sheet. You don't deserve his points because you were going to bench him. So
But yeah, it's the side of how you say how Liverpool are, and that normally it'd be definite starting. No, you'd think he'd get a clean sheet, but you just don't know at the moment.
Do you guys think Brighton will score against Liverpool,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think so.
Mohammed?
I mean, Brighton is not that too dangerous, I guess. So I will hope they keep a clean sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
I
man,
mean
I
they
think it'd probably be Van Heck who'd score
yeah,
from my
grass
bench.
on the bench.
Van
Considering they
Hecke
just
yellow card, please.
yeah. Considering they just kept a clean sheet away at the San Siro, like
Yeah,
there's no reason
I mean,
there's no reason why they couldn't. But for some reason the Premier League's just like it's more chaos, isn't it? Like you don't get those even games where there's not many chances. Like the Premier League's just too much chaos and
Yeah.
you have to feel like Liverpool will probably concede against Brighton.
Mm.
There's a chance they'll get a clean sheet, but I would say it's 25%.
We're yeah, we're gonna
so
have to
it's three versus
do a
one. Then.
whistle stop um either a whistle stop cover of mine or actually record mine specifically separately because we've got about 4.5 minutes.
Jump onto
Oh my
yours now,
god.
mate.
Yeah, the only other transfer I've done was Watermardi to Gary, which is template.
Yeah,
Just to free up funds.
Yeah,
So we need to
template
big at the
front
back.
template front three for those people that have bench boosted. It's basically
exactly.
Thiago, Haaland front two, and Gui or
Yeah,
Giu on the bench.
yeah.
But bringing up mine, this is mine as um, as it stands.
So
Um,
Pope, who's Pope going to be?
Pope is basically being safe, and he has become Raya. That's
Oh yeah,
confirmed.
Yeah.
The first move I made was Tiago in for João Pedro. I made that
yeah,
on Saturday because of both were going.
yeah,
Then I did the Pope to Raya,
yeah.
and to raise funds for that, I had to sell. Who was it? My mind's gone blank as to which midfielder now. I'll have to go back onto the previous slide. Who did I actually sell? Who did I sell?
I say though.
Oh yeah, Caicedo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caicedo, I switched to Keenan Dewsbury Hall because
Yeah,
although Everton have got Chelsea and Arsenal next, I'm looking at bench boosting in game week 18 and he's got Burnley in that fixture. So I thought I'd just get him in early with the form he's on. Um, so that meant I could afford Raya. So that was three transfers in of Thiago, Raya, and Dewsbury Hall in for Pope, Caicedo, and João Pedro. I've since then actually made and confirmed two more, and they are, as Lewis discussed shortly, DCL. So I've confirmed his
Ooh.
transfer in
Oh,
for
you see.
Mateta, and that enabled me to have the yeah, I think I've still got zero point 0.4 in the bank, but it made me it be able to afford NDI to Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, that's a very
Nice.
good one. I
Because
agree
I'm
with that.
sick of tired of the game week finishing, my team's all out and Manchester United are left to play.
Yeah.
Come join
And that's
us.
just a rubbish feeling, just waiting 24 hours knowing my team's finished and it's just a matter of what happens with Man United.
Mm.
So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to get him in, and it means the matter's done. So my five transfers are actually all. Um,
Did you would you have done Jimenez instead of Calvert-Lewin, or was that a money situation, or was it you
I
just think the same?
looked, um, I looked at it, but it was a money. Jimenez is 6.2, Calvert-Lewin's
Yeah.
5.5.
Yeah.
Um,
See, that's my opinion. If they were the same price, I'd probably just side with Jimenez. But because again, it's that point 0.7
mm,
saving, I prefer Calvert-Lewin for the next run of fixtures. But yeah, we'll see.
yeah, and a lot really. Final comment to get in before this possibly wraps up. Hopefully, I'll say is basically my transfers. A lot of them were dictated by players that needed to go out and who's got good fixtures in game week 18.
Yeah.
Because that's when I plan to bench boost, and then triple captain will be either 16 or 17, which will be something to consider.
Nice.
Well, we somehow ran out of time again, talking about all these various different transfers in relation to AFCON and our team-specific ones. I think really template forming is likely to be Raya in goal with Dubravka on the bench. Defence, that includes Timber and the Crystal Palace defender. Midfield of Foden, Saka, Fernandes, plus 2 others, depending on what your budget is like. A front 2 of Haaland and Thiago, with, if you have your bench boots left, someone like DCL, or depending whether you want to go up top, to have 3 playing forwards, or I think those people that have played bench boost are most likely to have Krupa Jr. or Mark Guiu on the bench as their sort of dead 8th attacker to spread the funds elsewhere. But anyway, thank you to FPL Affairs, Dove, Lion and Weasel for joining me for that video. Thank you again to those of you who actually put up with speaking to our waffle right till the end. And all that's left to say is take care and keep your FPL Affairs under wraps until Saturday lunchtime's deadline. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really makes a difference to the channel. Anyway, bye from me. Good luck for Green Arrows on Saturday.